And we're live. You're listening to the Fair Weather Podcast. Your boy 2K Suave. I'm joined with dog AROD. What's up, Playboy?
What's your new tagline?
In the club, we all fam. In the club, we all fam. If you watching the video, I got the sophisticated look now. I just want you to know that I'm a sophisticated brother. I've turned that corner. I looked in the mirror the other day and I realized, you know what, man, you're an old man. So now I'm just unk. You know what I'm saying? I've been to too many baby showers lately and shit. So I'm like, you know what? I think I'm ready to kind of enter that unk stage. So I'm a little bit ahead of the curve. I shouldn't be called unk already, but fuck it. I'm gonna be unk now. So yeah, I'm into that stage. You're right.
When you're at the grill with the barbecue towel, then we're gonna have the talk of unk then.
Hey, when we, I was gonna say
you got the barbecue towel, and you're just,
hey, brother, shit, be out there. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I was gonna say the last time that we spoke, I was giving you a hard time about my parlay, because the Yankees were up 5-0. I just want to say, I think that was a curse because everything ended up hitting. The Dodgers came back and won. Sorry about that, brother. And I had other legs on the parlay because my dumb ass like to add other legs. And the last leg I needed was Shea Gilgeous-Alexander to score 25 points or some shit. Motherfucker had like 18 or some shit. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Of all people to screw up the whole parlay, it was Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. But to kind of wrap that, to bring it back to a crazy, the first crazy, wacky, funny thing I want to talk about. I want to kind of give you the floor. And I want you to kind of put a bow on your season, Mr. Yankee fan. Came up short, obviously. Y'all poked the wrong bear. Y'all was like, Ohtani, nah, we good. You said Mookie, nah, we good. Freddie, nah, we ain't worried about Freddie. Freddie said, in the club, we all fam. We all fam. Anyway, I just want to give a shout out to the Dodgers. Shout out to to Shohei Ohtani. All he had to do was go across the street. All he had to do was go across the street to a real organization, and motherfuckers won a World Series year one. Mookie Betts, this is number 3 for him. I mean, his Hall of Fame career is looking nice. Freddie Freeman, shit, we talk about Mr. October. Hello, Kike was out there. The pitching staff, they knew how to work the bullpen. Look, I'm a Phillies fan. We all know that. But in the clerk, the Dodgers, we all fam too, dog. We all fam too. So, Mr. Yankee, how do you want to like quantify or qualify your 2024 season?
I'm proud of them. I really am. Got back into contention again. There's going to be a lot of changes to this team though, because a lot of contracts have to be given, and they have to realize who they want to keep. I know we just re-signed Garrett Cole, which was a big one that we have to worry about. But Juan Soto,
114 or something like that, 144, something like that.
144 for a 4-year extension, which is good. They declined Rizzo, which I expected. Rizzo's definitely on the decline. Glaber is another one we have to worry about and talk about is Glaber. And I think Glaber is definitely worthy of being a Yankee because he got a hit in every game as a leadoff hitter, and he was pretty clutch down the line for us. And then Juan Soto, of course, is going to be the other big factor there.
That's the big one.
Yeah, that one. And there's another one too that where I think I said Glaber already. Yeah, so there's a lot of question marks on this team. But what I talked about in the last episode is exactly what was the Achilles heels to the Yankees in this game was managing the pitcher and Aaron Boone. I don't care if the guy's throwing a gem in the 5th, you pull him. You pull him and you let the bullpen work with fresh arms because the Dodgers are different.
These were his exact words, by the way, and it was just like magic had happened. I was like, damn.
Oh, I listened to the podcast before this just to make sure I said what I said.
Yeah.
I said I need him to be smart with the lineups, and he was pretty spot on with the lineups. I'll give him that. And it's the pitching, man. It's the pitching. They did not have a bullpen this year. And that's one of the things they're going to be looking at next year. There's going to be a lot of bullpen guys and closers that are going to be on the market, and we don't have a closer. I know Weaver did a good job towards the end, but he was cursed in that last game when we should have put the Guardians away, because I'll never forget that. It was 2 outs, full count. That guy Noel up to bat, and the guys were saying, this guy's been light out and hasn't given up a 1 run or home run at all in the post. Boom, there's a 3-run.
That means.
Yeah, it's like it just happens. But Aaron Boone, man, like he's gonna get another crack at this, and I keep telling you how much I can't stand him. I think he's not the right guy for the job. I don't think he knows how to set lineups. I think he's too ballsy with the pitchers and keeping them in too long. I don't care if you're an ace. I'm the manager. You know, I know you're getting paid, but if I feel that you need to get pulled, like it's not like a Blake Snell deal where he was wheeling and dealing. I mean, Cole gave up 5 runs or 4 runs, so you know it's another thing there. If he was wheeling and dealing, I wouldn't have a problem with it. Let him out there until you start seeing shakiness, but didn't do that, and it's what I said, man. But I'm proud of them. Giancarlo Stanton's bat woke up finally in the postseason. I'm happy to see that. Aaron Judge, I think this is a big stepping stone for him, kind of like his rookie season where he came out and struck out. He hit a home run his first at bat and then struck out 19 times after that. And after that, he just became a different type of hitter. So I think that's going to set a precedent to be better for him. But overall, in my humble opinion, as many people say, oh, it's the Yankees, they went and bought all these players. I don't think it was a perfectly constructed roster. I think we had like 2 good pitchers. I don't know why some of our starters weren't being used in relief, like Stroman. I don't get why Stroman wasn't being used as a relief pitcher. There's a lot of question marks, but I think next year we'll be able to put together a better team, a little bit younger, a little bit healthier, and you know, we'll see where it goes from there. But I'm happy with them. So.
All right, cool. Outside of that, let's go to your crazy, wacky, funny of the week. What you got for me?
My crazy, wacky, funny of the week. That Garrett Wilson catch. That's the craziest shit I have ever seen, man.
All right, we're gonna talk about that catch, and we're gonna talk about Saquon Barkley. Come on. If we wanna
I was about to get to that too. Relax. I would say to piggyback,
which is better.
The catch accounts for a point, but I mean the Saquon one. First off, they're both T-shirt worthy. They are both T-shirt worthy. Okay.
I need that one.
They're both like it was the guy is a freak. The guy is a total freak. And if anything, I'm so happy. Like if anything, I think about that episode on Hard Knocks, and it just lives rent free in my head of the president coming in and talking to the GM. Like I just don't want to see him with the Eagles. That team fucked up, and the Eagles
rent free.
It lives rent free. Like they should, of course, if they had a course not to be how to be a GM, you need to take notes on that guy. I've never seen a guy so calm, cool, and collective as him, and so bad at what he does. I thought the Bucks GM was bad, but I think this guy is just like really, 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 really bad.
There's a random price up. It doesn't look like the Eagles will get him. And homeboy was like, "Look, man."
He's like, "That's our best player." Our best player. And the funny thing
do not let this dude go.
And the funny thing is, you didn't pay your best player. What we preached: pay Saquon, don't pay Daniel Jones. And you're finally seeing it. Took him almost 2 years to throw a touchdown at home?
Right. Think about that. 2 years. That's your franchise. Come on, man. Listen, Saquon Barkley. I got every weekend when I watch this man play, I sit here and I'm like, we don't deserve him. Like, what did we do right to deserve a player like Saquon Barkley? That's not somebody. Like, when I was I would say when I was growing up, defensively, like most of my favorite players are always going to be defensive players. So Brian Dawkins is my all-time favorite Eagle of all time, favorite football player of all time. But on the Eagles offense, I love Brian Westbrook growing up. I love LaShawn McCoy in the middle part of my life. And then somehow they gave me Saquon Barkley in my 30s. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. It's like every 10 years I've been blessed to have somebody. It's like we keep getting better and better at running back. Like damn. I remember when Derrick Henry was like, it could have been available. I was like, damn, man, that would be nice to get Derrick Henry. But Saquon, there was no thought in my mind that we could ever get a Saquon Barkley. No, come on now. Like the Giants ain't that stupid. Au contraire, my friend. Au contraire. These dumbasses let this dude go 90 miles south or however many miles south to Philly. And look at that. Look. Meadowlands. And now he's at Lincoln Financial. Come on, baby. It's all we in the club, we all fam, dog.
What not to do as a GM, man. What not to do as a GM. So
yeah, so shout out to two incredible athletes that we got to make incredible plays that they made. I mean, shit, not to be ignored. Devontae Smith had a beautiful ass touchdown catch as well. So our teams in green, something worked for them this weekend. You guys won Thursday Night Football. We obviously tried to lose on Sunday against the Jags, but Saquon and Devontae Smith and Jalen Hurts saved us from Nick Sirianni for another week. But let's hop into the NFL pause and just talk about some shit. Let's keep. First of all, give us a recap of how we did last week on our pick'ems.
Of the 5 games, I had a clean sheet of 5. You got 3. Your misses were the Cowboys. You tried to work that juju there, and you wouldn't care. So Atlanta won, and then Seattle Rams won, which was a close one.
Which was a good game. Went to overtime, right?
Yeah. So
I was on the right path. I was on the right path.
We were on the same page on all the other ones too. Like we didn't have
what games?
You said Miami, I said Buffalo. So.
Let's do a quick what do you call it? Rundown of the games that we did use. So what was the first game?
Dallas at Atlanta.
All right. So I mean, just from that game, Dak Prescott said, "Man, we fucking suck." And he ain't lying. He got hurt now. Not Amari Cooper. CeeDee Lamb got a little AC joint issue. The Falcons, they look like they for real in the South. They're fine in the South. With the Bucs dealing with their injuries, and then the Saints going through a crisis over there. The Panthers, God forbid, they know when to win and when to lose. But looks like the Falcons are fine in the South. What else we got?
Chargers, Cleveland.
Chargers in Cleveland. Jameis back to his ways with the picks, but the Chargers have really good defense. Did you get an opportunity to look at anything with that game? Because I didn't even get to watch that game.
Dobbins 8, and the guy we keep saying, Quentin Johnston, keeps eating. So
he has his splashes. But let's give a shout out to Mr. Harbaugh. He's turned that program around like I thought he would. Michigan, we really do miss you, Mr. Harbaugh. And they're doing a good job, kind of like not forcing Justin Herbert to throw the ball 55 times a game. Like,
it's weird seeing him be like and it's only for fantasy purposes looking, because you wanted him as a quarterback in fantasy. Now he's a solid, I'll plug and play him this week and then drop him kind of guy.
Yeah.
But he's thrown 1 interception. I looked at the numbers, 1 interception all year. So that's pretty good.
That's called coaching, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, who was the coach before? That I could not wait to get out of here.
Well, I even forgot his name already.
Oh, exactly. It was that bad. God, his name was like the tip of my tongue.
Staley?
Brandon Staley? No. Something Staley. It's something Staley. Whatever it was. You see the difference between coaching, but it's like clockwork. You know what I'm saying? So they run the ball, they play defense, and the quarterback is not doing too much. Look at the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes has been not that great this year, but they 8-0. Like, what are you gonna say? They chilling. They running the football. They throwing it when they need to. They're playing good defense. They 8-0. So, but shout out to Mr. Harbaugh for what they got going on over there. And it's okay, Jameis. Y'all gonna get a good draft pick. It's all good. What other games?
Miami, Buffalo.
Yeah, Miami's cooked, bro. Like, what the hell happened? They are cooked. Buffalo, you gotta. All right, you've given credit to Josh Allen already, but come on, let me hear it. Where do you? We look at the AFC. Where do you put Buffalo in your hierarchy?
They're top 5.
Where do you put them in your hierarchy? Because we know, all right, I know Chiefs and Ravens are going to be either 1 or 2, however you want to slice it. So where do you put them after them?
I mean, Chiefs are 1, Ravens are like 2. Trying to think of the other teams that are out there. I would say that they got to be 3 right now.
So
But they're top
between
5.
them, looking at records between them, Pittsburgh, Houston Texans. How would you slice that? Between those, so you got Chiefs 1, Ravens 2. Now those 3 teams. You got Buffalo, you got Pittsburgh, and you got Texans. How would you slice that?
I'd put Buffalo, Steelers, Texans.
You got Steelers over the Texans.
It's Mikey T, bro. I can't. I want to put them over Buffalo, but I'm being honest. Like, I'll give Josh his flowers and what they have on the field, and it's working. The Steelers are they're healthy, and they just got Mike Williams, and now they're backed up.
Trade deadline.
Yeah, Collins is coming back, but I mean,
yeah.
Right now, if we had beginning of the season, they're like perfect example. They said the Saints were Super Bowl contenders, and then what happened after that?
2 games in, dog. Here we go, and they haven't won against Saints.
Took them 2 games, and they scored 8 points in 2 games. Here. And now we forgot about that. So it's like we're accurately putting this right now. I think Buffalo, Pittsburgh, and then Texans with the state that they're in. If they were completely healthy, going full head of steam, I think they could. It's interchangeable between them. And
the Diggs injury really sucks. Joe Mixon is back. We're about to get Nico Collins back. But yeah, the Diggs injury does suck. But they're so deep at receiver, so I feel like they should be able to be fine with that. But we'll get to the trade deadline because I do want to talk about some of the moves that were made that will kind of see how we want to place these teams in AFC. What were the other games that we got?
Lions and Green Bay. They're just them.
Definitely want to talk about this game real quick. So the Lions. We knew they were going to be good going into the season. How surprised are you that they this good? Bruh, they look like phenomenal good. Like,
kept the same
7-1.
Kept the same.
Point differential is 110.
Kept the same team. Didn't change anything. The only thing they lost is Josh Reynolds, and plug him with another guy that can do his job.
Yeah, they got Tim Patrick, right?
Yeah, same guy.
And then James Williams, whenever he feels like playing football, he's allowed to be there.
Yeah, exactly. But I think I was expecting them to be like one of the top 2 teams in the division, top 3 between them, the Eagles, and San Fran. I was expecting. I really wasn't high on the Cowboys. I want to make that clear. I was not high on the Cowboys this year. I knew something wasn't smelling right. Smelling right. And then the last one we got. You want me to go last one? You want to still talk about that?
I was going to say real quick because if you look at Super Bowl odds, the Detroit Lions are second behind the Chiefs. So if that means anything to anybody, they are legit. Packers though, I feel like I was a little high on the Packers. They're still 6-3, so it's not like they're bad. It wasn't the best showing in that game. That game, where was that game at? Was that at Lambeau or was that at Detroit? It was at Lambeau. That's what made it a lot. That's what cemented everything about Detroit because everybody says Jared Goff outside, not in the dome. What's gonna happen? Dog, it did not get. Dog, I think he hit his first 15, 16 passes or something like that. Like the dude is playing on another level. I think the fact that him and Dan Campbell got that little buy-in together, he feels like Sean McVay did not trust him, so it wasn't gonna work. But Dan Campbell trusts this dude with his life, so.
Dan Campbell is a man, a whisperer of men. Like he can build you up to make you be good. Like you're a first overall pick for a reason. We saw Carson Wentz touch the ball the other night against the Bucs, and I think that's a perfect landing spot for him if he were to come in and sub in because even Andy Reid, he'll get the best out of you too. So I think those are good landing spots for them. Although Carson Wentz is never going to see a football,
You'll see happy.
but I think with Jared Goff, it just had to be like, shit, I'm going to Detroit. But Dan Campbell said, I'm doing something special here, and you're part of it, and not giving up on it for like that of an Aaron Rodgers or a Lamar Jackson or anything like that. So,
but a little off topic, because you look at the NFC North, I think they're the only division in all of football that doesn't have a losing team. So you look at the Vikings. Sam Darnold had to bounce around a little bit, so he found a home. And talking about Carson Wentz, is it over? I don't know, but it's possible he can still find a home. So, but
I think with Carson Wentz though, there's
his mental stuff. Yeah,
it's this that you were an MVP candidate, lost your job, and then got it back, and you were.
Not only did he lose his job, the dude he lost his job to won the Super Bowl. And the only Super Bowl that the Eagles have ever had in their history. Like, we've had NFL championships, but he won them a Super Bowl. So the mental was all the way messed up on that.
But the crazy thing about it, and why I like closetly root for the Eagles front organization and the team in whole, is that they moved on from Carson Wentz very quickly, as opposed to like, we'll give him another try, like they've been doing with Zach Wilson. We'll keep him around, like move on from it.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact.
I can appreciate when that happens. You like, if it's not working and it smells like shit, don't spray poopery and hope it smells good a little bit. So
one thing I will say about the Eagles, and since I've been a fan for 24 years now, first I started off with McNabb. We brought in Vic. Everybody knew we love Vic, and they said, "Yeah, Donovan, we're gonna send you to Washington." Like, we muddied the waters for like 2 seconds, and we realized, yeah, Donovan, we're gonna have to move off of you, Playboy. And they move off of him to, like, they say, yo, you can go in the division. It's cool. And we did the same thing to Carson Wentz. He said, if you want to go to Washington, go ahead, bro. We good. Go wherever you want. So, we let Deshaun Jackson go, and he went to Washington. I don't know. Us in Washington got this weird kind of vibe. But
us in Buffalo. Like us in the whole AFC East, they just whore each other out.
Because you play each other twice a year, you kind of just, like, I know the Cowboys roster very well, the Giants roster, and the Washington Commanders roster, just based off the fact that I know I have to know them. So, but yeah, it makes sense. All right, what's the last game?
Rams at Seahawks.
The Rams.
Don't know what to do with them.
Puka got kicked out. Cooper Kupp is back. And then the Rams, the NFC. My take on this actually is looking at the NFC West. 5-4 Cardinals, 4-4, 4-4, 4-5. They are literally all separated by a hair. So McCaffrey coming back, and which is the crazy thing about this is that San Francisco is technically third in the division, and they're the only teams with a positive points differential. They're plus 28. Everybody else is negative. -7, Arizona, -24, Rams, and -11 point differential for the Seahawks. So looking at that division, obviously it's pretty much all tied right now. McCaffrey's coming back. Debo's getting a little healthy. Juwan Jennings is coming back. So it looks like outside of IU, they're starting kind of to round it to form a little bit just from a health standpoint. Are we safe to say, yeah, it was cute while it lasted for these first half of the season, but this is still the 49ers division no matter what. What's your take on that?
One thing I'm paying attention to in the NFC West, outside of the Cardinals, is the number 3 receivers on every team. I really am.
All right, who we got? Cardinals. Who's the number 3 receiver?
Don't know. I said outside of the Cardinals.
No.
I don't know. I think it's Wilson or whatever.
Yeah, Michael Wilson, I think.
Not paying attention to him.
Okay.
Juwan Jennings, Denard Robinson, or not Denard Robinson, what's his name? Marcus Robinson, DeMarcus Robinson, and Jackson Smith and
Jackson Smith and Jigba, baby. My dog.
There's 3 good receivers on each of those teams that are the number 3s. So that's all I'm paying attention to for fantasy purposes. But I mean, it is for the 49ers to take. In my opinion, I think the Cardinals are a little overrated, and personally, but
they've won 3 in a row to their credit. To their credit.
yeah, and we got to see them next, and we'll probably lose to them, and then I'll just eat crow there.
You think so? Yo, Vegas got that shit as a coin flip. It's crazy to me. I'm like, the Cardinals, really? But Vegas got y'all as it's a pick'em game. So y'all at home though, right?
I don't care. I don't care about this team, man. This team, like,
it ain't over.
If you want what I'm thinking, like, I want them to win, but I'm also just not holding my breath there. Anything can happen any given Sunday with this team. This team is meant to break my heart. So it has not been a good, like, 2 months for me right now. So I'm just rolling with the punches.
Welcome to my life. I watched. I feel like our Eagles, when we won the Super Bowl a few years ago, it was a sacrifice for the pain that I had to feel since then. I got to watch the Sixers deal with all the bullshit they dealt with. I got to watch the Phillies get close and now no cigar. I got to watch the Eagles get close again, no cigar. I got to watch USF do dumb shit. I got to watch Michigan. Okay, well, Michigan won. Anyway, let's move on to the trade deadline. let's keep it moving. Obviously, there was a lot of big moves that were made. We have a list kind of pulled up as far as like some of the moves that were made. I wrote down a few. Zadarius Smith to the Lions. Mike Will made it to the Steelers with Preston
Smith. What you did there.
Mike Will made it. Mike Will made it. Come on, baby. Come on. Anyway, along with Preston Smith, so they got the Black Forces together. Tre'Davious White to the Ravens. Marshawn Lattimore, to the Commanders.
No more Mike Evans fights.
I'm going to miss those fights because I got to do it. A.J. Brown got to beat his ass now. Khalil Davis, 49ers. Khalil Herbert, Bengals. Jonathan Mingo to the Cowboys.
The funny thing, I was watching what they gave up for him in comparison to what the Chiefs gave up for Hopkins.
Let me explain something to you. I've watched Howie Roseman cook ever since we screwed up with what's the short dude name that we drafted over Justin Jefferson? I've already forgot his name.
Jalen Reagor.
Ever since we screwed up with Jalen Reagor, he's made a renaissance in his life, and he's been the greatest front office guy in the history of sports. And I've watched him cook. Meanwhile, I watched the Giants pay Daniel Jones, Saquon. I watched the Cowboys go get Bingo for way more than they should have. When all these other dudes they could have got for less, all the dudes that they gave away for is crazy. And then in Washington, until Daniel Snyder finally walked out that building, it's been a laughing stock over at Washington. I will say though, Daniel Snyder left. Look at that. Look at what one little thing can do to your team. Head coach in the Chargers, Daniel Snyder out the building. You get a quarterback. Like, shit is so crazy, just small things that can do for an organization. But based on what you see here, who are your biggest winners? And you can go to losers too, but who are your biggest winners so far? Not so far, from the trade deadline.
Kansas City for sure. They went and got a wide receiver and a edge rusher.
Real quick with the receivers, because I had like a separate section for that. I do want to say real quick, because some of those trades happened right before the deadline. Devontae Adams, New York, finally splashed. We see it now. DeAndre Hopkins, holy shit, who would have thought he's still a football player? Amari Cooper to the Bills. Like, you got to think, these are big name receivers all moving. And then Deontay Johnson, to me, is a low-key move that the Ravens made. I really like that move a lot. So, all right, continue.
He didn't catch a ball.
Huh?
Even though he didn't catch a ball in his first game.
What did DeAndre Hopkins do his first game? You know what I mean? Like, sometimes it takes a little bit of time to understand your quarterback, but go ahead.
I think that the Kansas City Chiefs are a big winner there, and the Lions for sure with Zadarius Smith, because we were talking like someone's got to take the place of Aiden Hutchinson, and Myles Garrett was thrown out there, and I keep saying that guy's not going to get moved. That's the cornerstone for them. They're going to keep. And Zadarius Smith was the one that kept seeing that's name being thrown out there. I saw Preston Smith, so the Smith brothers are finally broken up officially now. Oh no, they were broken up before because he went to the Vikings. But Preston Smith is now gone. But I think that's a good get for you right there to replace Aiden Hutchinson. Those are my two winners for sure. Um, and I mean the Steelers too. They need another wide receiver. They got Mike Evans from us, who was the number
That's the
4.
big. That's the big one for me. That's my
I,
big winner to me.
I think that's a good one because Mike Evans when healthy is or Mike Evans, Mike Williams when healthy is a really good receiver. And I think if any team to go to who has the most patient head coach in all of football is going to be Mikey Teague. So
No,
Mikey Teague did his
no
homework.
pressure.
Yeah. So I think those are my 3 I would say right there for sure.
To piggyback off of that, Zadarius Smith to the Lions. That was like, yeah, they all in. They're not. They ain't screwing around. They are telling you we're going for the shit. So yeah, that's obviously big. But to me, what the Steelers did with Mike Will and Preston Smith. Listen, what did we talk about before the season? I was like, bro, they're already at how many wins are they at right now? 6. They had 6. The over under I think was 6.5 or 7.5. I said, I don't know about this year, and now I'm already helping build the statue. Like, hopefully it's better than D Wade's statue. You know what I'm saying? Because D Wade's statue look crazy, but Mike T,
Who that is?
I got who's that guy? But Mike T, I got you, dog, because this is, bro. You don't go get a Mike Williams and a Preston Smith if you don't feel like you really trying to go win this shit, right? And you look at that division, and I've been so high on Baltimore, right? They're coming off of another dominant victory over the Broncos, which I expected. Like they don't be losing back-to-back games like that, so I expected that. And to me, you look at MVPs. To me, Lamar or Josh Allen. That's kind of like where I'm at right now, just from an MVP standpoint, given that it is a quarterback award, unfortunately. But I look at Pittsburgh and I'm like, we talk about like coach of the year, bruh. Mike Tomlin is on a him and Dan Campbell, bruh. It's like, bruh, everything that I wish that Nick Sirianni could be, I see parts of that from Dan Campbell and the rest of it from Mike Tomlin. Like, golly. And what he's done with this football team to start off the season with Justin Fields, to just keep the waters, keep them above ground, switch to Russell Wilson when everybody said don't do it, and it's working, right? Then you go get you're dealing with, mind you, Jordan Pickens was dealing with shit with the media. Everybody, here we go again. Go get you a Mike Williams. You know what? That Russell Wilson loves a player like Mike Williams, dog. Somebody he can just go. He's somewhere. He's out there somewhere. Dog, did you see that play
over there?
Did you see that play DeAndre Hopkins had against the Bucks, where Mahomes just moved through the pocket and he's like, "Well, D Hop is out there somewhere." When you have players that can do shit like that, like I watch Jalen Hurts every Sunday, obviously. Jalen Hurts with A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown's out there somewhere. Jalen Hurts without A.J. Brown. Shit. Who was out there?
Oh, Saquon. I forgot. We paid this guy
Who else? That's the thing. It's so crazy just what certain players can do for your offense. And just the little bit that Mike Williams is going to do for that offense is going to open up George Pickens a lot more. Calvin Austin's going to eat. Najee Harris and Jalen Warren going to eat. And now defensively, you already got to deal with T.J. Watt. You already got to deal with Highsmith. Now you got to deal with Preston Smith and Patrick Queen and all the bro. Listen. You got to give it to him, dog. To me, that's a huge we all in too. You know what I'm saying? And I still want to say the Ravens are the best team in that division, but damn, I can't. I try to convince Mike Tomlin that I can't. It's like he don't give a shit. You know what I mean? And I gotta give a lot of credit to
Mike Tomlin's got to be tapped into, and he's like, I'm gonna make this motherfucker a believer one day. I'm gonna make him a believer one day. He's like, I got the one guy. The one guy is all in. He's all in. But the other guy,
I thought I was all in too. But damn, I thought this season was gonna be rough. I didn't know how much more all in I could be. Pause. Damn. I was like, damn. He just the way he did, just what I thought he could do. All he could do. Here's another one. Here's another one. Mike Tomlin, bro, that dude is crazy. So big ups to their front office for pulling that off.
He's got to tear his like ACL for him to have a drop, I think. Head coach's ACL, and then just can't go out there at all.
Bruh, like shit. Like Mike, man, I gotta give it to him though. That's it. He's him, bro. He is him. I look at a lot of football teams that just don't know what the hell they're doing. And I'm like, bro, y'all just had a little bit of what Mike Tomlin can bring to a football team. Like, it's crazy how Steeler fans be so, because, they're used to winning. And they be so fed up, like, let's get rid of Tomlin. I'm like, bro, what y'all going to do after that? Like, how you going to top the shit that he's done for this city, bro? We're going to talk about, we're going to get to basketball soon, but Joel Embiid said the same shit. The shit I done for this city, how you going to talk about me? It's like, Mike Tomlin's like, bro, I'm going to just keep winning. I'm not going to have we already know he ain't going to have another losing record again this year. And now, look at that team moving forward. Russ is not too old. They got a good 3-year window where they can try some shit. They can try some shit. So, big ups to them. Marshawn Lattimore, damn, bro. It's like, I miss Dan Snyder, bro. It's like, Jerry Jones, I need him to live to be 110. I need him to live for a long time. Like, whatever, if he needs my kidney, Jerry, call me. I got you. Because I need you to be there to be in the way. Because Dan Snyder was in the way. He leaves for 1 second. Now Washington is like the 80s again. Damn it, I gotta deal with y'all for real. So Marshawn Lattimore, that's a great pickup. But going back to the receivers, I wanted to talk about that. Not named Jonathan Mingo. Devontae to y'all, D-Hop to KC, Amari to the Bills, and Deontay to the Ravens. How would you rank those moves, in your opinion? And you can be biased. I don't care.
No. I think if we're talking about like for playoff reasons and all of that put together, I'll say D-Hop 1 because you get a very underappreciated receiver, I feel, for a very long time, and DeAndre Hopkins now, who's basically shut up and done what he's just been given. And now
I saw a stat about Monday Night Football. It said he's had 18 or 19 quarterbacks throwing the ball to him. And I'm like, golly, bro. How are you one of the greatest receivers of our generation? And you have to deal with that shit. That's crazy, bro.
It is, but it just shows a kind of a shit show of teams that he's been with. But I think that's good for them because they get a wide receiver 1, well polished. He's definitely a guy that we saw Monday night. You can throw the ball. Like I've been saying this about him his whole career. You can throw the ball 10 yards in front of him and he'll still get it somehow. Guy's a wizard. I would say him. I would say Amari Cooper to the Bucks or to the Bills because you definitely got a wide receiver 1 now. I think Amari Cooper is another undervalued receiver because every time we talk about him, like, does he even want to play football? Like, does he like playing football? And it's just because he's given a shit show of teams that he has to go with. And then,
he's got a Kawhi Leonard kind of personality to him. He's just out there just doing his job.
Yes, but he's not hurt. Like, when he's hurt, he's like legit hurt, if anything.
Both of them get hurt a lot. Let's be honest.
But he's legit hurt. Kawhi, I don't know.
Kawhi's not legit hurt. Stop it. Don't try Kawhi like that, bro. Don't try him like that. Come on.
I agree with Stephen A on all of this, man. I don't agree with Stephen A
with anything. So
he's out there grabbing candy corns and saying, "I got 124." Like, all right, bro, go fucking shoot some basketballs, man. I would say Amari Cooper because I think he's just been given the shit stick of all the places he's gone. And even Jerry, like, he was amazing with the Cowboys. Let's not take that away from him.
He was. Believe me, I know.
Jerry gave up on him because of CeeDee Lamb. And then Jerry was like, fuck, now I got to pay this guy now, So that, I would say Devontae third to us would be that one. And then fourth would be Johnson because he's good, don't get me wrong. But there's a lot of mouths to feed there in Baltimore. But it does give you another target, which is good.
Just opens more shit up. That's how I see that one.
Yeah. Bateman, like, I thought it's going to take away targets from Bateman, but Bateman is having a pretty good year as a number 2 right now. So I don't know where Deontay Johnson is going to fit in there, if he's going to be the 3 or they're going to have like a hybrid 2 or what it's going to be, but it'll still open up the field for things. But that window of Isaiah Likely being that guy is kind of getting smaller now. So,
but it don't even matter. That's the thing. Like, We know that shit runs through Mr. Henry, Mr. Lamar, and y'all try to stop that. And if y'all feel like y'all can stop it, because we dare you to load the box up, because Zay Flowers is out there. Now we got Deontay out there, and we got Rashad out there, and we got Mark Andrews out there, and we got Likely out there. It's like, bro, it's like, damn, that's a lot. So to me, that's why I like the move. Is more so just, and you know what? We'll get to losers in a second. Because
what about Jonathan Mingo?
So I'm gonna go with my losers. I feel bad for what's my boy's name? Short kid, Bryce Young, bro. I know they're not a good football team. He's already struggling as it is. God bless him. He got to beat the Saints. Great, great. But damn, now they take away Deontay Johnson and Bingo from him, and Thielen's already on IR and he's old. Who the hell is he throwing the ball to? Leggett. That's it. Oh, Country Bumpkin.
Throw me the bird.
Oh, Country Bumpkin. That's it. Like, I don't know. Like, they obviously know that he's a young quarterback that's just trying to find his way. He's already been benched and got his job back quicker than Anthony Richardson will probably get his job back. And he won a football game again. Like, he's like, look, I did it. It's like, I beat a division rival. Come on, right? And they go take another receiver from him. Like, I feel so bad for that kid. Like he don't deserve that shit, bro. Like, come on. And now they're gonna be bad again. So to me, it's like they're gonna have one of those top picks. They better go get themselves a what's his name from Colorado, Travis Hunter. So they need help on everywhere. So might as well get somebody who can play both sides of the football. So they need to start tanking and figure out what they want to do with that draft pick. But I do feel bad for Bryce Young. But before I get to the losers, I do want to talk about the Jets real quick because you put Devontae Adams out of that receiving group as your third because you probably feel that there's no hope, right? I look at your schedule.
Not that I don't think there's hope. It's just I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. I mean, he'll be there next year, and then Aaron will be there next year, and we'll give him a run.
Y'all can make the playoffs. Your schedule: Cardinals, beat them. Colts, y'all can beat them. Seahawks, y'all can beat them. Dolphins, y'all can beat them. Jaguars, y'all can beat them. Rams, y'all can beat them. And then your last two games is Bills and Dolphins. Y'all probably split that. 6 wins, 7 more wins. Get y'all to 10. 10-7 get y'all in the playoffs. I think right now it seems bleak, but I remember when the Bucs went through their bullshit when they won the Super Bowl with Tom Brady. They were losing. They had a bye week. They came back. Shit got fixed. And ain't losing a game for the rest of the year. I'm not saying y'all about to go undefeated, but damn, I don't see why y'all can't win 6, 7 more games and get into the playoffs as a wild card. Nobody wants to play Aaron Rodgers like in the playoffs. Let's be honest. Like, he's still Aaron Rodgers. You know what I mean? So I just want to say, keep your head up, Playboy. it's all good.
I put him at 3 because the other teams are definitely need those positions, and I think that elevates them to be better. It makes us better. Don't get me wrong. I think Deontay Johnson's a good get for the Ravens for sure. But like, do they really need that? Could they have got like maybe another linebacker or something? They have a lot of receivers that like Nelson Aguilar sighting, like, you know.
Yeah, Nelson Aguilar said it too. Yeah.
you get a Nelson Aguilar sighting every now and then, so yeah. You know, it's good for us to get that. Don't get me wrong, I'm not hating on it.
Basically, y'all swapped him for Mike Williams.
Yeah, I mean, Mike Williams, we were contemplating keeping him on as the third now that Alan Lazard is out, and then Alan Lazard would go back to being a 4 or just rapport with Aaron Rodgers type thing. But I'm happy they moved on from that because I feel like we weren't going to give him a chance. I feel like we weren't on the right page with that. I love the signing. I love the guy. He's one of my favorite players, wide receiver wise. It just wasn't fitting. So I'm happy he goes to a place like Pittsburgh with Mike Tomlin. It's going to be good there for him. Him and George Pickens are going to be a good 1-2 punch there.
But, all right. Who are your losers?
Oh, the Cowboys for sure. that draft pick for Jonathan Mingo. I don't think he's caught a touchdown in his entire career, man. Never heard of what he's done there. I would say him and looking at this.
Who's a team that not necessarily they're losers because of the trade that they made, but maybe the trade they didn't make? Like, who do you think missed out on? Like, fuck, we should have did something. Because to me, that's kind of a direction to me that makes a little more sense. When you think about losers, it's like, shit, why didn't y'all make a trade? Because like, I look at us. I wish we went and got us a pass rusher, but I wouldn't say we're losers per se, but I wish we would have did something. But so who would you say should have did something that they missed out?
I would say the Bucks. I would say the Bucks are one. They were wide receiver shopping, and Pless and all of them. Pless is a realist. I'll give him that. I mean, he's a mindless follower. Of course,
we didn't bring that home on back again. We gotta bring that home on soon. I need to check his temperature.
He's a diehard fan, but everyone was saying like we're linked to Cooper Kupp and we're gonna get Cooper Kupp, and I'm like, you think Cooper Kupp is gonna come to this team and be a 3? You think he's gonna come to this team and be a 3 or a 2 on this team? Like, it ain't gonna work like that. And they're gonna have to put up a lot.
Bucks relate to Cooper Kupp. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, really?
Mm-hmm.
Thank God they ain't having no offense, Tampa Bay fans.
Yeah, no. But there's no way that the Rams are gonna, if they get rid of Cooper Kupp, it's gonna come for a king's ransom for sure. Like the fuck them picks era it's you're gonna give me all of your picks for like the next 2 years for 3 years for Cooper Kupp. But
he only won a Triple Crown. Like, come on. Like,
yeah.
Hello.
So I think the Bucks are, because they needed a wide receiver, and I watched the game Monday night at Dead Bob's 2 with a bunch of hopefuls in there, and the one guy was
everybody. They got some good like Philly cheesesteak egg rolls or some shit.
They got a cheap menu in general, and it's pretty good. But there was one Kansas City Chief in there in the den full of Bucks fans, and I think Buccaneers fans are the most saltiest fan base I've ever seen, because like the guy was like saying, he's rooting because the team is winning, and everyone's like, well, we shouldn't even been in this, but y'all let us in it. But you still lost. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, a win is a win, a loss is a loss. Just take your L's, man. You guys just don't have what it takes to be on the Kansas City Chief level. It's good that
to be Mike Evans and Chris Godwin are there. We're having a different conversation. So
true.
Because I still don't think the Chiefs are just that good. But Hopkins made me change my mind a little bit. I will say, seeing him perform on Monday, I was like, damn, who's allowing this shit to happen? Like,
I think the Chiefs are a great team of playing possum. Like, we don't have to run at 150%.
Yeah.
We're seeing Mahomes down.
Yeah.
Like, not playing like everyone drafts him with their first pick as quarterback in like the second or third round and reaches for him. Those people are probably screaming internally right now. But I mean, he's the ultimate guy to be afraid of. With 20 seconds left on the clock, I'm shitting my pants. And
so when they lost the coin toss, Baker Mayfield was like, "Oh,
what's the name of, what's the actor's name? Falco. What's his name? James Falco. He had the noose around his neck, and I said Baker Mayfield, Josh Allen to Baker Mayfield, first time here. First time here. But yeah, man, like I think the Bucks could have made a bigger splash. Cowboys for sure. They got to get back on track.
Well, what are their expectations at this point? Like, Dak's hurt. They ain't got shit else that's working for them. Like, fuck it, they go get a draft pick. I want them to be good enough to be like 500. So they don't get a good draft pick. But like, think about it. Like,
don't say that, because they got Micah Parsons there. They got Micah Parsons there.
And what has he? Never mind, let me stop. Because I don't want to come across as a hater. But he ain't done shit. He ain't done shit that scared me over the last few years.
I think they could have made a splash before Dak got hurt. I think we're looking at a team that could have made a good run if
Go get a running back. Shit. Go get Travis Etienne. He ain't doing shit in Jacksonville.
Look at Zeke, man. Zeke is like the perfect definition of like, what the fuck am I doing with my life at this age? Like, I don't get why.
Retired. How you getting disciplinary actions from the Cowboys. Like, no, they brought you back, dummy. You should be fortunate that. I don't want to talk about. I don't want to talk about this stupid ass team. I'm sorry, bro. I don't want the Cowboys are just a joke to me. So move on.
Yeah, I think those are the two teams for me, really. I mean the Cardinals, I think they're just like, I can't believe we are here, and they made a move for the Broncos guy. I don't even know who he is, but they made a move for him.
Oof. They do. Oh, who the hell is Barry Browning? I never heard of him.
Yeah, me either.
Never heard of this dude.
Yeah, so I don't want to I think they're just like a flash in the pan right now type of thing, kind of like the Cliff Kingsbury Spur when he was there and they won those 13 games. But I think those are the two for me, the Bucks and the Cowboys for sure.
Yeah, I mean, just being on a personal level, I wish we would have did something.
I was gonna say maybe y'all too with a defensive back or something like that. I think that would have been good.
Defensive back? We don't need no defensive back. We need pass rush. We got Cooper DeJean, baby. We got Reed Blankenship. We got the white boys, dog. We got the white boys back there. And Quinyon Mitchell. But what you heard, go look at his stats. He locking up everybody, dog. He locking up everybody. So we good on that front.
You got the Ku Klux clamps, bro.
Nah, that's DeJean. It's not DeJean. DeJean. And Reed hit the Quan, baby. That's B-Rabbit, baby.
I got more respect for Reed Blankenship because he's from Alabama. So now I've got more respect for him.
So what you want to know, dog? I'm telling you, I'll put you on.
A white boy playing DB from Alabama. Didn't go to school now. Is from Alabama.
So what you think? He had to work his way to get to that. He didn't go against no corn-fed. He went against some fast people. he got it out the mud. You feel me?
Slave. They got slave feet.
He got it out the mud, baby. That's my dog. Reed. Oh, I love this team. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I love this defensive back team. I love that we got Saquon. I wish we made a move for pass rush because Brandon Graham, he old, bro. Let's just keep it a buck. He's old. Bryce Huff, y'all tricked us, bro. Y'all tricked us.
It's only right.
Y'all can take him back, dog.
We want him back. We'll take him back.
Shout out to the Kobe Dean though, because he rushes the passer and gets interceptions to save us. So, but I wish we would have done something. Outside of that, yeah, looking at the landscape of where everybody is at. I mean, the Dolphins, they suck. Maybe they could have did something, but I don't know what they could have done. Cincinnati, maybe they could have done something, but
I don't know what they could do, man. Like
I don't know. Think about it.
They got Khalil Herbert, so that's a good
which
thing.
is cool, but like they ain't really helping nothing. I'm sorry. Like it's cool, but come on. Like what are they really doing? Colts, because like, they ain't better than the Texans. And anybody else, like, I don't know. It's tough to like for a lot of these teams to have really done something because it's just where they're at. Maybe the Falcons could have done something to really solidify themselves, not only in the South but in the NFC. And then in the NFC West, all four of them are like, well, we could try something, but we'll see. All right, we're gonna skip some. I was gonna talk about fantasy, but screw it. Give me one player that you're so happy that's on your fantasy team. You're so.
Oh, I got two. Derrick Henry.
Hey, yeah.
Exactly.
Derrick Henry. I just want to say thank you so much, Derrick. You got me. The two teams I got you on 7-1. Wait, what week is this? 8-1 and 7-2. Thank you, Derrick Henry. I appreciate it. And then shout out to Jackson Smith and Chikwa of our other team. So anybody on your fantasy team that you hate? Like, damn, why did I draft him?
I do remember I said Zach Moss is going to be a top 5 running back.
You did.
So yeah, I saw Zach Moss. He's on IR now. So
the one that I didn't draft is my problem. I wish I was finally. This is the first year I don't have Joe Mixon. I'm like, damn. The first year in like 7 years or 6, however long it's been in the league. This is the first time I've ever had Joe Mixon in a long time. That to me is my biggest like, damn, screwed up. All right, let's run through our pickups real quick. This week, by the way, football games are trash. But Thursday night, Sunday night, and Monday night are going to be good. And to me, Sunday is like one decent game. We'll start with the Thursday night football. The Bengals. We just doing. We're not going to do points over under screw. We just going straight up. All right. Money line. Bengals plus 240 at Ravens minus 300. Thursday night football. This is a must-win situation for the Bengals. The Ravens, to me, these are games that Lamar Jackson wakes up for and shows his ass, beast, and just you know what I mean. So, what you got on this game?
It's a division game. It's gonna be tough because like
Yeah.
Cincinnati, this is a team that we don't know what to think of.
Yeah.
Like they wake up at weird times. Like when we write them off, Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase are like, "This is why you don't write us off."
I think I don't know if T. Higgins gonna be playing, but like, how important do you think that will factor into that decision making right there?
If T. Higgins plays,
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be very pivotal because your running back room. I think Chase Brown is also banged up too.
Is he? Shit.
I know Zach Moss is already out. He's on IR. And then you just brought in a fresh Khalil Herbert, which I like Khalil Herbert. I'm a little PO'd that Chicago got rid of him. I think that's foolish, but whatever. New coach, new thing.
Shit. He just wasted time over there.
But they did that with David Montgomery, and look what David Montgomery's doing now.
David Montgomery's a different story.
Khalil Herbert,
yeah, he's a different story.
Herbert can do things too, man. I don't think he's like David Montgomery level, but he can do things. I like the Ravens with the edge on this, though. I think they got a shiny new team, and there's a lot of fun things going on there. And Lamar is number 3 in the league in passing. I think Joe is like 2 or 4, one of those. So I'm liking the Ravens on this one, though. It's at home.
Yeah, it's November. To me, the best players, the best teams, September and October is kind of like filling it out. November, December is let's ride. Right now, Joe Burrow should be let's ride. I don't know if the team is ready to ride with him. Baltimore, though, they ready to ride. I got Baltimore winning this football game. I'm going to give you a score, too, because fuck it, why not? 31-27. So, with that being said, if you were a gambling man, the point spread is minus 5.5. I'll probably take Cincinnati to cover that. But straight up though, minus 300. Yeah, give me Baltimore. All right.
Next one.
Next game. Black Air Forces. Mike Tomlin going down to Chocolate City. Jaden Daniels, Washington Commanders. That is a fantastic football game for the 1:00 slate on Sunday. Steelers plus 125, Commanders minus 150. And if you care about anything with the point spread, Washington minus 2.5. So just under a field goal favorite to win that game. What you got?
2 of my favorite head coaches in football right now. I really like Dan Quinn. I'm glad he's back at head coaching, man. I think he needed that. Need to get out of that cancerous locker room.
Which Dan you like more, Quinn or Campbell?
I like Dan Campbell, but I like Dan Quinn too. I'm definitely more of a Dan Campbell fan, but I feel like there was no reason for Atlanta to move away from him. And then in Dallas, I feel like he should have got out last year, but decided one more year and make it work.
All Atlanta remembers is 28-3. That's all they remember. They're like, yeah, buddy.
Yeah, exactly. But Mikey T, my boy, I'm sticking with Mikey T here.
Yeah, we lock step with this one. I can never go against Black Forces again. And I honestly think that this is a big spot for the Steelers because it's a rookie quarterback. Mike Tomlin got some shit for this rookie quarterback. So I'm going to rock with Mikey T on this one as well. All right. Next game. Your boy, Dan Campbell. Minus 190 on the road in Houston. Plus 155 Sunday Night Football. Primetime game. Lions at Texans. Which way you leaning?
Oh, man. I like this game. Nico Collins is back. something's telling me to root against Dan here, but like my the rope around my like neck is like, don't do it, you idiot. Don't vote against your boy, man. I'm gonna stick with Dan on this one. I'm gonna keep Dan on this. I'm going Detroit.
Cool. We get to differ here.
Okay.
I feel like the Texans need this one.
I do too. That's why I'm saying
Like the Texans really need this one. And I mean, shit. At some point, and I always say this. At some point, the magic got to end a little bit. I don't think that the magic is going to end for Detroit, but shit, they won 6 in a row. Cool. CJ Stroud needs to come out and do some shit at home on Sunday Night Football. So
he needs his one back, is what he needs.
Nico is if he's coming back.
Tank Dell's holding his own, except for that one game he had a goose egg from me. But
all I'm saying, I'm assuming that I'm making this pick with the assumption that Nico Collins is coming back. If he ain't coming back,
subject to change.
I will be giving you a phone call. But with that being said, though, I'm gonna rock with my dog, my dog D'Amico Ryans on this one. I'm taking the Texans to win that football game. All right. Now, typically we have 5 games, but again, this weekend sucks with football. So I'm gonna give you one more NFL game and then a surprise college football game. All right. Dolphins Monday Night Football. Dolphins at Rams. We got Dolphins who they're healthy now. Like, what are we waiting for? Where is this shit gonna go? Second of all, is OBJ still on the football team? Dog? What happened, dog? What happened to OBJ? And then the Rambley, they are home. Damn, OBJ gonna be on a boat in Los Angeles. Shit. Anyway, who you got?
I don't know. Something's not smelling right in Miami. I don't know what it is. I just think that they feel defeated. But I think they got to get a win here. I'm gonna give it to Miami on this one. I'm gonna go Miami here, and I don't feel good about that pick. This is like me doing the juju. I hope they lose. And OBJ just like kicks the field goal and misses again and hits himself.
Oh man. For the Dolphins to go to 2-7, that would be crazy to me. That would be a 4th loss in a row. And then the Rams, they've won 3 in a row. So something has got to give. We got 3 in a row one way and 3 in a row the other way. I tend to go on the side of the team that needs to win more. So I'm going to have to agree with you on this one with Miami. I'm going to have to agree with you on this one with Miami because, damn, they need this shit. So
give me the Rams. I'm going Rams.
Actually, swap it. You can keep the Miami. I'm going Rams.
All right.
Because I'm going Rams. I'm going Cooper Kupp.
Okay.
I'm going Cooper Kupp. Side bet. Who gets more yards? Cooper Kupp or Tyreek Hill?
Who the fuck? Cooper Kupp.
All right, cool. I'm going Tyreek Hill. All right. Typically, like I said, we have 5 games, but you know what? This weekend in the NFL sucks, but there is a important football game on Saturday night. In case y'all don't know, the college football playoffs is 12 teams now, and the first ranking just came out the other day. It's very interesting how this shit's gonna play out. A huge playoff implication game, which is crazy to say now in college football, in November 6th or early November of all times. LSU and Alabama. Alabama is at LSU. It is a night game. We all know the house of horrors that is LSU at night games, and there's no Nick Saban walking through those doors anymore. What say you, given the new Alabama versus LSU on the road?
I hate Brian Kelly, so give me Alabama. I think Brian Kelly is the worst hire for LSU to ever get.
I will be very sad if Alabama loses this game. And I think LSU is going to win.
You going LSU?
I think LSU is going to win. Because, I've closetly cheered for Alabama ever since Nick Saban got there. Because to me, he's him. But I don't think this Washington dude is him. Let's just keep it a buck. So I'm gonna say LSU night game. This shit means something, man. I'm gonna rock with LSU on this one. All right. Let's transition to basketball real quick. The National Basketball Association is underway. We've gotten through some of our early overreactions for the most part, but there's still some stuff to overreact about. I do want to look at there's a few teams right now in the NBA who are off to amazing starts. So we're gonna start off with
Nets.
Huh?
The Brooklyn Nets.
Well, shit. Well, what's your take on the Nets? Could be shit. Cam Thomas.
Too early to tell, bro. Too early to tell.
All I know is that Ben Simmons still don't want to play basketball, so it's cool. He don't want to shoot the ball. But anyway, let's start off with the Cleveland Cavaliers. As we're speaking right now, they are 8-0. And tonight they are playing the New Orleans Pelicans on the road, currently down 7 points. But either way, whether they're 8-0 or 8-1, I'm looking at the Cleveland Cavaliers. Real or Fugazi?
Fugazi.
Why? I like the team, bro.
I like this. The same team as last year, bro. Same exact team. Same shit.
Coach is different.
Who's the coach now?
Kenny Atkinson. Donovan Mitchell did not fuck with Bickerstaff. They said, cool, you out of here, Bickerstaff. Who do you want, Donovan? They got him Kenny Atkinson. And it looks like oh, never mind. Cleveland is up. Cleveland about to be 9-0. They still Fugazi to you?
Something's got to give. I don't know. Maybe I'm a hater.
You are a hater.
Nah, I'm sticking to my guns. I said it last year when they were on that run towards the end, towards the playoffs, when we beat them.
Yeah, we did talk about this. Yeah, you're right.
I like the team. Don't get me wrong. I like the team, but like the pace that they're on, they're gonna. It's like the NFL. It's got to come to an end at some point. They're gonna get their loss in the belt. But I think they're a top 4 team in the East for sure. I'll give them top 4.
So, real or Fugazi?
Real for right now. But
no. I need real or Fugazi.
Real for right now. When we get closer to playoffs, let's talk about it then. I'll give you what I think about it then.
Oklahoma City Thunder. They are currently sitting at also undefeated. No, they're 7-0 right now as well. They are also in action tonight playing against the Denver Nuggets, and they're currently winning that game as well. OKC, real or Fugazi?
Real, definitely real. All they had to do is get away from that kid fucker, and now they're good.
Ooh. God. Yes, cool, but damn, there's easier ways you could have said that. Okay.
Hey, he a 6'9" god.
Okay, Drizzy. All right. So with Cleveland, going back to Cleveland, I still think the jury is still out. OKC though, I think shit. I think they're real, dog. They went and got the white what's his name? White Eagle or God, what's his name? Why do I want to say Steve Blake? What's that white boy that played for the Lakers?
Caruso.
Alex Caruso. Got a little bit of veteran presence with him. They got I think Shea Gilgeous is just ahead of his brain is just mature, and they vibe with each other really well. To me, last year they felt too young. This year, they're like, all right, we already dealt with the growing pains of last year. We ready now. They are real. They are real to me. Now, those are 2 young teams, right? What about these 2 old teams? The Phoenix Suns. They are, and I know how you feel. I already know what you're going to say. They are sitting at 6-1. They've won 5 games in a row. They brought in the point guard, Tyus Jones. And to me, it's helped a lot with that, the way that shit is constructed. Bill and Booker and Durant kind of know who they are. I feel like everybody knows their role really well, and they also didn't. They changed their coach as well. So Phoenix, real or fugazi?
I think they're real, man. I think the problem.
Finally.
No, I mean we were joking about the head coach last year. Like the guy's a puppet.
Yeah.
He's a puppet. It's who was the head coach last year?
Bullenholzer, wasn't it? No. That's
There's
who it
no,
is now. It was Vogel, Frank Vogel.
yeah, exactly. He's a
Just
freaking
dumbass.
puppet. We know that. He's a puppet. And then I kept saying that getting rid of Chris Paul was the stupidest thing that they did, but I understand why now because that's a big vocal voice in the locker room, and we don't know who to take charge. And we know damn well it's not Kevin Durant, and I still don't think it's Devin Booker, but they still want to be like all the attention on me type of guys. And Chris Paul just wants to be like, I need to keep you accountable, but they don't want that. Now they have Tyus Jones, who really doesn't have a voice. He's just, oh, there he is. Oh, there he is. Oh, there he is. And maybe score a layup here and there, but you bring in a pure point guard, and he just shuts up. So
when it comes down to it, who is the voice?
I don't fucking know. I think it's Budenholzer, in my opinion.
That's weird. Like most teams, there got to be a player that's like, and we see what's going on with Durant and Stephen A. Smith, your boy Stephen A. Smith in the media. Kevin Durant called Stephen A. Smith a clown, and this, that, and the third. And I tend to agree with Durant on this one because like, to me, you and Stephen A. share a lot of opinions together. Me on the other hand, me and Stephen A. I really rock with him like that. I've been having to deal with Stephen A. since he used to be a beat writer for the Sixers. So my relationship with Stephen A. has been kind of like rocky from the start. But anyway, to me, there has to be a voice. And you look at that Phoenix team, do you not feel like if there's no true voice that could come back and haunt them at the end where there needs to be kind of a voice?
It could. I mean, it's a running gun type team, but maybe it's Royce O'Neal. Maybe he's the voice. I don't know. Because his job is to be, a three or the small forward and just play defense and hit threes if he needs to. I don't know, but that's the only guy that I could see because Kevin Durant, like, unless he's finally said, I want to see what it's like to be the boss now. Like, I just don't see it in him.
Kevin Durant's gonna be like, you know who I am? I'm Kevin Durant, and that's just what it is. You're gonna follow my leadership or you're not. You're gonna follow my lead, and you're not. But real for games, you say real, I say real, but with the caveat, I'm concerned that they still don't have a voice. So
very concerned with them.
All right.
I know you don't like Mike Budenholzer, but I like the guy. Thought he was a good coach. I think it was dumb moving on from him because now we're seeing all the issues there now.
We about to get to the oh shit alert right before one more. Golden State Warriors. They're entrenched in the game with Boston. So I purposely left Boston out for this because to me Boston's probably gonna go back to back. So I'm leaving them out of this. If we want to talk about Boston, that's cool. Jason Tatum is fantastic. Jaylen Brown's great. Cool. But Golden State. People surprised, a team that missed the playoffs last year, they're off to a pretty good start. And Steph Curry's already dealt with a little bit of injuries. Buddy Hield has really found a home here, replacing Klay Thompson. Draymond Green, he's still being Draymond. And they have they have players here and there that are like, they're youthful, but they're not really household names. Wiggins is Wiggins and Kuminga. They don't know what to do with his minutes. But looking at Golden State, they're off to a great start as well. I think they were 6-1 as we're speaking right now. Currently, like I said, playing against the Boston Celtics, down 4 points in the fourth quarter. Golden State, really fugazi.
I'm saying real, man. I'm saying real because they weren't afraid to move away from Klay Thompson. And I think what the team needed was the right mix of veterans. Not saying Klay isn't that guy. I just think Klay has a big personality because he's been with his team for a long time and saying, this kid isn't taking my time away from me and I'm not resorting to a bench role. Moved on from him very hard. I understand that. But you bring in a lot of youth on that team to be surrounded by, in my opinion. I know we have Game 6 Klay. I know that's a real thing. I know it is, but that was years ago. We still have the best pure shooter in basketball right now in Steph Curry, who still can hang. And you have Draymond Green, who knows his role. It's diminished every year, but he still does the same thing day in and night out. Be the enforcer, be the mouth, pause, and just get under your skin and get technicals and keep everybody accountable. There's your voice. So I think bringing in the young group of these guys, and Anthony Wiggins, we clown him, but like he's gonna get his 15 points a night.
Andrew.
Yeah.
Fugazi.
You saying Fugazi?
I like cool. They're off to a good start. But like, let's be honest, bro. When the rubber needs to meet the road, it's still only Steph and Draymond. Like Kuminga, they already like they don't know to start him or bench him. Like who's playing defense on the perimeter? Who are their bigs? Trace, Jackson, Davis. Like okay. Like Buddy Hield, cool. He's making threes right now, but like, what big time moment has Buddy Hield ever been in his career? Never. So to me, cool. Regular season started off well, great. And Steph Curry started off great. I don't think this is going to last. I think this is just a nice little start to the season, but I'm going to lean towards the side of Fugazi here. Now, on the flip side, oh, shit. Oh, shit. We're going to start off with my Philadelphia 76ers. More like, cool. And B hasn't played yet, and Paul George doesn't know how much time's on the clock. Tyrese Maxey's off to a fantastic start. We're off to a horrible start as a team. But we're starting to round into shape a little bit. But on the flip side, Joel Embiid pushing people in the media, punching him in the face, which I don't mind him doing, because don't talk about my dead brother or my kid to try to talk about me in the media, in your little article. So I don't mind him doing that. But how, from your perspective, how bad is it? Is it bad? Should I be like, shit, we in trouble, dog?
You went to go get Paul George, okay? And I told you my scare with Paul George. Man was a meme from his injury. Like, his injury was a total meme about how he hurt himself and the booty all out like that. He got a spicy injury the way he looked. There's just something about Paul George that just doesn't move the needle for me. I think he's more wanting to get into and this is just me looking in as an outsider. I'm not the biggest Paul George fan. I haven't been able to kind of forgive him since going to the Clippers and crowning himself as this great guy. I always think of Dame waving him off the court in his MVP-esque season. I think he's more of a media personnel now, and I think he's still a good player. But the guy is just, he's not the glue. He's just not glue for a team. And maybe I'll eat crow when he comes back healthy, but I don't know. I don't see it. And then Joel Embiid, I don't know whether he's right now. He's like public enemy number one from what I had to see with the shit that happened in the Garden with him and stepping on Mitchell Robinson and shit like that. But I'm not mad at him for what he did with the reporter. Like, you're gonna come at my family and shit like that. Joel Embiid is a troll. When healthy, he's the most dominant center in the league. There's no one even close to that. That is the most dominant center in the league.
Should he have played in the Olympics?
Huh?
Should he have played in the Olympics?
No, I don't think so. But even Olympic basketball is different. The center is still not a real position. It's more pass around basketball, Euro basketball. So it's good for him. You get a gold medal out of it. I don't think that's what's hurting him. It might be because it's too much.
Had he not played, don't you think he'd be healthy to start the season? I think so. I don't know.
Or else he could have like a John Wall type injury and slip in the shower and hurt himself type thing, So what was he doing that night?
What John Wall, bro? Like that dude. Like we look at John Morant, came into the league with all that kind of hype. It's like shit. John Wall was supposed to be on that Derrick Rose kind of path early on as well.
But that injury, bro, like John Wall, I've never felt more bad for an NBA player like I do for John Wall.
More than Derrick Rose, that would hurt me the most.
At least Derrick Rose had jobs. At least Derrick Rose had jobs and was a voice. Like I'm not
out on his own terms. Derrick Rose, like he just retired, but he chose to retire. John Wall is still trying to get into the league. And
bro,
they ain't
his
giving him a job.
almost like took his life. Like if that's true, and I believe it is, like
Yeah.
I remember that fucking time, bro. I remember all that shit.
We were there. You had
Yeah,
to be there.
I feel bad for that man, but yeah, the 76ers, I'd be panicking right now. I would be big time panicking right now.
Yeah, I'm on oh shit alert just because you start off the season saying I don't know if we'll be playing back to back. It's like, bro, I'm not trying to hear that shit already. So it's already a bad taste in my mouth. And I already wasn't that crazy about Paul George. I like what he brings to the team if he plays his role. But shit, I need you to be healthy and play your role. Like Tobias Harris is doing good in Detroit. Go figure. You know what I mean? Like I need you to play your role and be. I just want him to be happy, dog. At the end of the day, he looks miserable now. Like the troll is not even trolling no more. Like he's pissed off. He's mad at the media. Like this is not what I want to see. So my oh shit meter is high, but my oh shit meter is not as high as it is if I was a Bucks fan. And I was gonna give it to you right now. Pause. I'm gonna let you know how I feel. Glenn Doc Rivers, his last two basketball teams that he's left, three, the Clippers, us, and now the Bucks. It's like he's left this dust of like shit behind him. The Clippers, cool, they had injuries, cool, but they never got that shit right when they were Lob City. Like they were underperforming that whole time, right? He comes to Philly and basically runs Ben Simmons out of time. He got Ben Simmons from All Star to I don't even want to play basketball anymore. That's how much he muddied that water. Now he's in Milwaukee. Giannis is talking about moving to the Miami Heat. Dame looks unhappy. I haven't seen Chris Middleton in a long time. Bobby Porter's eyes are still crazy, but at what cost? It's like they fired homeboy last year who was 30 and 13 or some shit, and it's been downhill ever since. My oh shit meter for the Bucks, boy, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Do you see any light at the end of the tunnel? Because I assume that you're on the same with the Bucks with the oh shit meter. What light at the end of the tunnel do you see, if any, with the Bucks?
It's a horrible roster outside of the starters. It's really bad. And I love Dame. Dame is like one of my favorite players. I wanted this to work, and I hate seeing him in this situation. And at what point is Giannis no longer loyal? At what point does Giannis decide to be no longer loyal? Is another thing. I don't know.
At least he won a ring.
Yeah, and he's kind of banged up right now. But I don't like this roster construction. I always want to try and give Doc Rivers some kind of like roses, but I can't. Once he takes over a team, it just kind of gets lost in translation. He's like the oh shit hire.
Oh shit.
Yeah. No pun intended there, but like he's like the oh shit hire, man. And I should have just stayed doing broadcasting when he got let go. I was happy to see him back in the booth again and calling games, and this guy's gonna do this. And I used to coach Paul George and fuck Paul George. I liked all of that stuff. But now he's on the sideline losing his voice some more, and Austin Rivers is working for ESPN, so I wish it was Doc instead of Austin. So
figure.
I don't know. It's bad. It's a bad roster construction. I don't even know if a healthy Chris Middleton will save it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely rough. The light at the end of the tunnel for them would be to admit that they were wrong, but they can't go back to Adrian Griffin. Their backup is Darvin Ham, who couldn't do shit in Los Angeles. So to me, it's like it might be time to just break this shit down and start over, which is crazy to say, but sometimes you got to just tear the shit down and start over. Like, no matter what, you won a championship, cool, but like they don't seem any closer now than they were when they won it. So it's like, I mean, they're getting farther and farther and farther away from feeling like that kind of a basketball team again. So to me, it's like, oh shit, time to just tear the bitch down and start over.
Somewhere in Israel, Pat Bev's like, give me a call.
I hope he's safe over there, bro. I hope he's safe. Yeah, big ups to Pat. And there was more teams I was thinking about. Like I looked at the Nuggets. You know, they got off to a weird start this year, but they, you know, it's still early for them. I looked at the Mavericks from a you know real fugazi standpoint. You know, because you know, but it's still kind of early for a lot of these teams. And you know, I try not to get too hype about shit that's happening less than 10 games into the season. So instead of going crazy about oh shit and Real Fugazi, give me a storyline, an underrated storyline that you've been paying. You know, aha, you're Brian Windhorst. Aha, what's going on here? Moment. Any underrated storylines in the NBA that you're paying attention to?
Um. What's going on in Houston?
In what sense?
In what sense have they righted the ship finally? Do they know how to use all of those players that they have? Because they have a lot of like lottery picks and a lot of high draft picks and a lot of guys that we think can be good in the second unit. And they went and got some really good stars to put on that team. And they paid Şengün. Have they figured it out?
Drafted Reed Shepard,
And
Jalen
he's not
Green,
getting
they
any
paid
playing
him.
time.
That's a good one. That's a
I
good one.
think Houston is mine right now. Like they're my league pass team that I want to pay attention to, because then they got I'll cheat on Nia Long over here as the head coach, which I'll
Yeah,
never forgive
stupid.
that.
LeBron could have beat his ass last year or whatever that was.
Stupid ass. That one, and the other one is it's a little early, but Pistons. What are the Pistons doing? Because they look kind of fun watching them too.
Yeah.
Cade Cunningham is healthy. He's like on a triple-double scare every night. And then the Lonzo Ball thing. He's back in Chicago. Can Chicago make a run with this team? One last dance with them? Can they try and get to the playoffs?
It's too much on the minutes restriction for you to even pay attention to that. I think the Ball brother to pay attention to is really what's going on in Charlotte, because like LaMelo is an exciting basketball player to watch, but Charlotte is hell, bro. Like we talk about this all the time. Charlotte is hell in basketball and football right now.
They are the both most overrated players, in my opinion, is Lonzo and LaMelo.
Lonzo got a target on his back when he got to the league, and he worked his way to be a better basketball player. To me, LaMelo is a really good basketball player. I think he just needs to be in a better situation. But that's neither here nor there. It's neither here nor there. But I would say some shit that I'm paying attention to, just as far as like I want to see if I have a few. Anthony Davis is finally like started to like really like become a man again. Like, all right, bro, this is my shit. Will he finally take, like LeBron's been trying to give him this shit for years. Like, bro, please take the reins. Will he finally be like, you know what? These are the reins. Like, I want this shit. Will he finally take it and become the guy he's supposed to be? That's one for me. I'm also paying very close attention to like my MVP race, right? I feel like we're in a space where Jason Tatum won to the MVP, Anthony Edwards won to the MVP, Luka Doncic won to the MVP. I think those three players all year long we're going to be paying very Luka, Jason Tatum, and Anthony Edwards.
What about Shai?
And SGA. That's the other one. Those four actually. You're absolutely right. Because we were talking about facing the league a lot last year. That was like a huge topic of discussion. Boston Celtics has just won a championship. Jason Tatum got disrespected in the Olympics. Jaylen Brown feels disrespected.
Fuck, fuck Jaylen Brown.
SGA feels robbed from his MVP. Anthony Edwards got his Olympics experience, so now he's like the young kid on the block. Like he's just trying to like find his own. And Luka's like, bitch, I just got to the NBA Finals. Like, where my love at? So those 4 players, I'm watching them this year. If I had to pick a league pass team between those 4, I've been watching a lot of Anthony Edwards. For whatever reason, I need to watch OKC. I need to tap into OKC, but because Shai Gilgeous is a fun player to watch. But I'm watching a lot of Anthony Edwards. He wants that shit. He's been shooting a lot more threes. He started to become a little bit more of a leader. He's obviously still young. To me, Tatum is like Tatum's in his prime right now. Like, I think he had so much success early on in his career that we just assumed he was already in his prime. He's actually in his prime.
He's so fucking corny to me, man.
Tatum is not that corny. I think he's just he don't try to be like anybody else. He's not like Cat. He's not corny like Cat, dog.
Cat is a whole other level of corny. Cat is probably the most corniest, and in my opinion, Jason Tatum is number 2.
What? Well, because he tried to have a moment last year. Anything is possible. I mean, oh my God.
He bro, like everything he does is just it's like we know the next move. Get a Kobe tattoo. Oh, quote Kevin Garnett. Oh, real original, man.
Let the dog live, dog. He go
fucking tore the floor over here. Like,
listen, I'm still mad because I had to be reminded the other day that we drafted Markelle Fultz over him. So don't like this. Like,
I respect Jason Tatum. Okay, I do. I think he's a great basketball player. I'm not taking that away. I just think he's corny. That's all I think about him. Cat is a whole nother level. Cat will give you interviews like, yeah, I was boxing down low and then I dunk and then he'll jump on someone. He's like, yeah, they said this and I was just like, I don't know, So yeah, Cat, you're doing your thing in New York. I ain't mad at you, but
yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna see what those 4 do. Last but not least, Chet Holmgren and Victor Wembanyama. The rivalry we didn't know that we needed. I want to say the NBA is starting to feel like old school. Like everybody don't really fuck with each other no more. It seems there's a lot more like animosity out there, and I'm loving that a lot. But this Wemby and Chet Holmgren shit, they're both like in that, Oklahoma and San Antonio are not that far from each other.
Well, you know what I think it is? I think all these young kids are hungry and they want LeBron gone. They want gone.
Yeah. They cannot wait for these old dudes to get the hell out of the league. Like, yo, can y'all please just give us this shit? Like, to me, this is exactly what it is. You're absolutely right. Because like, I'm trying to think, what era had players that hung on too long? Because like Jordan, he was out of there. He came back for a little bit. Yeah, I'm out of there again. Like, it's been Magic Johnson was forced out of there. Larry Bird back forced him out of there
on a long time until he got like the AIDS, and then he came back again, and they were like, "Hey, Magic, like a front office job. How about that front office job?"
So it's like it's been a while since we had because Durant old, Steph Curry technically old, LeBron James old, and those are like the 3 faces of Team USA that want us to go. You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, y'all. Let's go. Let's go.
We got to go at some point, man. Yeah.
But yeah, you're absolutely right. But yeah, those are my storylines that I'm watching. That's all I have. However, I need to keep you on your toes.
Oh shit.
And the New York Knicks is the roster that you cheer for, right? But do you know where all the players on your team went to college? Do you know where some of the players on your team went to college? Now I ain't gonna go through all of them. Because I know you know Jalen Brunson, and I know you know Karl Anthony Towns. So let's hop into some other players, and we're gonna see what you know. All right. Let's start with Deuce McBride. Where you go to college?
West Virginia.
All right. Campaign.
I forgot we have campaign. It's right there. It's a weird school. It's not Long. It's something State, not Long Beach. It's yellow. Murray State.
R.I.P. to Amir Abdur-Rahim.
Oh man.
Murray State. Murray State.
Man,
Do you know a dude by the name of Matt Ryan?
man, we just signed him today, bro.
You did?
Or something
What
like.
college you went to?
Did he go to Duke?
No, Chattanooga.
I have no idea. Matt Ryan.
Tyler Kolek.
Oh, that's the dude that. Oh, that's the white boy I like. Tournament guy. Marquette. Put in the books, Marquette.
Okay, all right. Kevin McCullough Jr.
Kansas.
All right.
I told you I like that pick that we got.
All right. Let me throw one more at you. Jericho Sims.
Big boy from Texas.
All right. You still on it?
I know my
All
team.
right.
Matt Ryan.
Bowie.
Who?
Bowie.
Never even heard of this guy. I don't think he's ever played a game for us.
Northwestern.
He probably doesn't have a roster picture.
He does not have a roster picture.
I just fucking guessed that. I've never even heard of him.
I have no idea
who that name up.
bro. Never heard of this dude in my life. Who the hell is this?
These are the players at the end of the bench that we hired just for like the 10-day contracts and just keep
They're
giving.
they're there for the photo op. Like
Exactly.
they didn't hang out with Bronny. Oh, Bronny, I love you, dog. But that's all I got, bro. You got anything you want to add?
I'm good.
Oh shit! Oh, Brandon Miller got the Hornets a game winner. Nice. All right. Where can they find us at?
I gotta get it all out of my system now so we can get it clear. You can find us on Twitter at fair_weatherpod. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Search the Fair Weather Podcast wherever you subscribe or listen to podcast audio. You can catch us there. Search the Fair Weather Podcast. Give them some words of wisdom. Take home with them.
Maybe Golden State ain't fugazy. Maybe they're not fugazi.
I remember you did this to me in the finals, and I said them.
Hey, maybe they're not. Vic, Sammy, I'm gonna need y'all to come defend this shit. Because maybe they're not fugazi. Outside of that, remember, guys, love each other, dog. Be kind to one another. Who cares? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, who cares, bro? All we got is each other. That's all we got.
What's your favorite saying?
In the club, we all fam. Peace.